All right, hello everyone. Victoria Utman here with SaskBooks. We are live in Saskatoon, and I'm excited to be kicking off Saskatchewan Book Publishing Week here with one of our member publishers, Darren Prefontaine of Gabriel Dumont Institute. So, welcome, Darren. Can you tell us a little bit about Gabriel Dumont Institute and what you do here?
Well, first of all, welcome to everybody, and welcome to Danielle and Victoria for doing the interview. I'm a researcher and an editor here with Gabriel Dumont Institute. My training is in history, so I'm also a historian. My official title here is Curriculum Development Officer. However, our department is a multifaceted department. We are called the Publishing Department, but we're also a museum. We're a gallery and an archives, but our main job here is a book publisher, and we've been doing that since 1985, and we're the only Métis-specific book publisher in Canada. Other publishers such as Pemmican may publish Métis books, but our mandate is officially Métis-specific. So everything we publish has to be Métis-specific and mandated through our mission statement, which is to promote Métis history and culture. So everything that we publish is Métis-specific. As I said earlier, my main focus here is an editor. However, we have many talents here, so sometimes I might help with layout. Sometimes I might do research, original research for a book project. I do a bit of everything, as does the rest of the team. Karen Schmann, the director, David Morin, who's also George Gingra, and Ryan Nordmarken. So we're a team, and behind the team here at Gabriel Dumont Institute is the Métis community, without which we wouldn't be able to publish our books. We rely on the Métis community for the talent. We rely on them for their language work, in the Michif language translation, specifically Norm Fleury, and of course their stories. So without the Métis community, there's no Gabriel Dumont Institute Publishing Department or no Gabriel Dumont Institute Press.
Awesome. So that leads me to my next question. How does GDI contribute to the Saskatchewan publishing industry?
Well, we have a unique niche because we are a Métis publisher. We're an Indigenous publisher. Other publishers publish Métis authors. There are other publishers that have an Indigenous focus, but we're the only one that is Métis specific. We're community owned. We're a non-profit publisher, and we publish the whole gamut of Métis publishing from preschool up to post-secondary. If it's a Métis specific topic that relates to Métis history and culture, we will publish it. Sometime in the future, if our mandate broadens, we may publish authors who are Métis on topics that don't relate to our cultural mandates, for instance, Métis science fiction. But right now we're specifically tied towards publishing only Métis specific publications relating to Métis history and culture.
Excellent. We kind of covered this already, but what kind of literature are you committed to publishing? Métis literature, and as you said, perhaps expanding that in the future. Are there any books you're really excited about coming out of Gabriel Dumont Institute this year?
Well, Gabriel Dumont Institute Press has a number of books that we're working on. Some are long-term, some are coming up in the following year. Some of the ones that are really interesting are Zoe Roy. We have a book that's based on her spoken word poem about voyageurs. That's coming out. We're going to do Maria Campbell's Michif cultural book. That will be an exciting book which will contain traditional teachings, recipes, and other bits of wisdom from the renowned author, playwright, activist Maria Campbell, who really is an elder for the Métis Nation. We have a Métis prose anthology that's being put together by Gregory Schofield and Warren Carrier, two distinguished Métis authors. Gregory's a poet, and Warren, of course, is an author, both of whom are professors. So that's an exciting project. As well, we have a nice children's project we're working on, and it's going to be about the Little Bunch Giant, and it's going to be a real cute book relating to the giant and a crush he had on one of his cousins.
Oh.
Told from the Métis perspective, of course. And we have a series of books we've been working on for several years in various iterations called the Tanchet Books series. And Tanchet Books is a early learner series of books, and we're going to do some in English and in French. And so this will be the first time that we've published a book in French in quite some time, and that's from Community Man, the Franciscois, and other francophones in Western Canada have been asking for Métis-specific books written by Métis people in French. So we're excited about that project. And of course, there are many others, but those are some of the ones that have me excited.
Excellent. It sounds like you guys are going to be really busy here this next year.
Yes, most certainly.
Finally, if people are interested in learning more about GDI or submitting their work for consideration, how should they do that?
Well, if people are interested about Gabriel Dumont Institute, I first would advise them to go to our website, www.gdins.org. We're also on Twitter, we're also on Facebook, and this is a good way for people to get acquainted with Gabriel Dumont Institute. People want to know more about our Métis-specific focus and cultural mandate, historic, and our curation of Métis history and culture. They can visit the Métis virtual museum we have at www.metismuseum.ca. Regarding manuscripts, we have an official policy where we don't accept unsolicited manuscripts. However, we do put calls out from time to time for manuscripts, and people just have to follow our Twitter handle or follow Facebook, and those announcements are made. Process for publishing manuscripts takes about 2 to 4 years, so we have about 2 to 4 years right now in the queue. So if we do have a manuscript that we're going to publish, it's going to be 2 to 4 years before the book comes to fruition and gets published. But as long as people are patient and it's a good manuscript, we will publish it. And of course, we're always here to give advice if people have a manuscript. I'm certainly willing, Karen and Dave are certainly willing to help people out and suggest other areas of publication. For instance, if we can't publish and it meets our mandate, we know that the other publishers within SaskBooks are doing a great job, so we've recommended quite a few people to some of the good publishers in Saskatchewan. And of course, people want to do the self-publishing route, we can certainly give them advice and send them on their way to where they can do that as well.
Excellent. Well, links to all of those will be below in the comments of this video, so we will just link your website and your Twitter handle and all of that below. You can follow GDI there. Thank you so much, Darren, for your time. Thank you for participating in Saskatchewan Book Publishing Week 2017. This is Victoria with SaskBooks, and we are logging off.
Thank you, Marcy.
Thank you.